What to know if you're considering cleaning out the bank account. Dustin McCrary, divorce attorney and founder of the law office of Dustin McCrary, discusses an issue regarding joint bank accounts that arises frequently during the divorce process. Hi, I'm Dustin McCrary. I'm glad you joined me today to discuss a question that I'm often asked as couples contemplate and prepare for the divorce process. That question is, should I clean out my bank account? First and foremost, let me say that this is certainly a very emotionally charged issue. It probably goes without saying that if you empty your joint bank account, your spouse is going to be somewhat less than happy. Therefore, the short answer to the question is no. I generally advise my clients that emptying out a joint bank account is an ill-advised idea if they're in an otherwise comfortable and sound financial situation. If you're simply doing it out of anger or a desire for revenge, then it's the wrong choice. As with most life circumstances, actions taken out of anger and revenge may feel good in the moment, but typically don't pay dividends in the long run and leave you feeling worse than you would have otherwise. So as a general rule of thumb, it's best to avoid emptying the account out if possible. On the other side of the coin, I do recognize that every family situation and circumstances are different, sometimes particularly if a relationship has a dynamic where one spouse is very controlling and manipulative. There is a legitimate worry that they may try to cut off the other spouse's access to funds in order to prevent them from leaving, to stall the divorce, or to otherwise punish them. Consequently, there is real worry about how expenses for necessities like housing, utilities, food, childcare, and other day-to-day needs will be paid. To these individuals, I would say that certainly you should take the steps you need to in order to ensure that you have adequate funds throughout the divorce process. If it doesn't mean entirely emptying an account, then try not to do that. It may be a better step to save some cash on the side, to open a separate account in your own name in which you store funds, or to otherwise have assets you can liquidate and obtain cash if you need to. Whatever the situation, however, you need to ensure that you are able to provide for yourself and your children. Ultimately, the situation should be one of balance. In an ideal world, neither party will empty out the bank account, and the two of you will be able to agree together on how you will continue to provide for your family during the divorce process and after. I will say, though, that if this is not possible and your spouse does empty your account, you're not without remedy. You can go to court and request something called an interim distribution. Essentially, an interim distribution is a court order requiring your spouse to distribute some of the money back to you. While this is possible, it will of course require time and expense on your part to go to court and pursue that route. Ultimately, as with so many issues during the divorce process, the best approach to take is one of compromise and cooperation. If you're able to work with your spouse on the issues you face and be realistic about what you need to provide for yourselves and your family, you'll all be better off in the long run.